Hello everybody, how is it going? So, today I just got a game against a Law playing green-purple Doffy. We get to go second. We don't see any sugars. Very sad, but yeah. I thought this was a pretty interesting match. My opponent, I'm pretty sure, is on the recent winning list of Melbourne, the Melbourne Regionals. He is playing 8-drop and like Robin and such. So I thought it was interesting. I get to see kind of how the list works, I guess, in this matchup. One thing I will say about the list is I feel like in certain matchups, like, sure, you're playing the 8-drop, but I don't think it should be, like, your game plan always, you know? It's kind of like in some matchups, like with Kid, you know the 8-drop isn't what wins you. It's kind of just like you have a lot of blockers, and you can double attack late game, so it's almost like... I don't know. But I think, at least with Law, you don't need to always go for the 8-drop route. To be fair, green-purple Doffy doesn't have a direct answer to 8-drop, but you can kind of see how it'll function once we get to the late game of this matchup. Our opponent has a pretty strong start with Nami to Dawn, potentially another Nami, yup, so can't lie. Pretty good start. We do play a Festa turn 1. We just replace it with another 2k. I could have picked up a third Nami, but I didn't want to have too much non-counter. I think there's a Luffy there too. I just felt like I didn't really need one. And yeah, we'll just play our Nami turn 2. Pick up a Shiki. Can't complain. Again, always want more counter. Then we establish an engine. Always good. He'll play down a Robin. And probably 2 more 1-drops. Oh, only 1 more 1-drop. Also, last turn we did take the Punk Gibson on the first life hit, just so we could swing into the Dawn. Sometimes if they don't have a handful of 1-drops, that can throw off their usual curve of turn 3, you getting to use their leader effect, so I felt like it was definitely worth spending the Punk Gibson there. I feel like turn 2 is the kind of the most impactful turn to kind of try to clear at least one body, but we're just going to go 5 with Nami, search, 5 with leader, probably play another Nami and just pass. We find a Uta off the first one, and we might just grab another one here because it has counter. Actually, no, I think we're gonna take the Tesoro, because Tesoro in this matchup, it's kind of weird, because, like, you know, Law used to play pistol and you know, the double Otama pistol stuff, outing like 9-drop Newgate was a thing. But in recent times, Law lists have definitely strayed away from jet pistol and removal spells, and I mean, I don't think the deck needs it, but it makes Tesoro's sticking for a turn pretty easy, honestly. He's going to play Bonnie, find the 8-drop Kid, then swing 5 at my Nami with Robin. We'll probably defend just because it should be pretty easy to defend, because he's going to want to, you know, shambles for 2, and then if he has like a Zoro, maybe he'll have to defend another 5k. But I'm kind of just imagining it's going to be a 7 here, and we'll Bagua out of that, and then he'll leader effect and hopefully not have a rush Zoro, but we'll see, I guess. So next turn we're going to be on 8 Dawn. Probably just going to search with both our Namis, put down a Tesoro, and yeah, just go from there. We pick up a 10-drop, which is very important. We also found a 10-drop, I think, last draw, something like that. Let's swing Nami, pick up a Tesoro, or not a Tesoro, a Festa this time again. More counter, always good. I was definitely expecting him to kind of just free block that, but he didn't. We'll probably go 5 with their other Nami again. I think about playing Luffy, but I'm just like, nah, Tesoro gets too much value, so yeah, we're just spam searching 2Ks right now. Man, Nami is such a fun card. Like, she's basically just a Bonnie, but you search when you attack. It's awesome. He takes both the 5Ks, by the way, so he's pretty much committed into playing the 8-drop next turn, which is yeah, I mean, if that's the way he wanted to play it, pop off. I don't even think I would have picked up Kid if I didn't have to. To be fair though, he might just want to be trying it in this matchup, and I think it's not terrible in this matchup if I don't have my own 10-drops, but as we can currently see, we do have 2 10-drops, so it's going to be a little bit rough for him. That's kind of like always the punish, kind of. It's just like, oh, you play Kid? Alright, I'm just going to play a bigger top end. And usually it works out. I remember it was always annoying, like, just playing, like, you know, the Kid deck, not even Kid in Law. But just the kid deck, you'd play 8-drop, and then next turn they'd respond with a 9-drop Newgate, and you're like very sad. And then you get your board set up or whatever next turn, and you pass it back, and then they play another 9-drop, and you're sad again. God, we love top end. But yep, he plays kid, uses the effect to play out a chopper, and gives him a Dawn and passes. You guys pointed out to me on the other video that there are ways to, at least on your 10 Dawn turn, to use or play kid and also leader effect. Using a 2K Brook is what you guys brought up a lot, but there is also the Luffy effect Nami, which works also just as well. But yeah, that is pretty cool. It's a cool combo. Say you only have like 3 on board, you play 8-drop, cheat out like a Nami or a Brook, and then you can leader effect. Definitely you would feel good. But last turn we play our 10-drop Doffy, freeze the 8-drop and his leader, and then we just swing to Zoro to draw 2 because why not? I mean, does expose him a little bit, but kind of his, like, he potentially has like 3 attacks with like the Robin, the Law, and he can either have like a restand Law or a Zoro, so I'm pretty confident in defending it. We only have one event, being the Thunder Bagua. Would have much rathered it be like a Spider's Web, but it's alright, it'll work out, hopefully. I think it's worth definitely each turn at least spending like 2 cards to save him, just because he'll replace the 2 cards we spent, so yeah. Nice to just have some cycle, find more 10-drops, that's the goal. But he'll leader effect, bounce Robin into Law, and then like maybe bounce a Chopper. This is also kind of why I like don't love 8-drop, is I feel like it just makes some turns awkward, where like you want to keep all these little blockers on field. You kind of want to do that regardless, but I feel like that him just always being there makes it just a little bit awkward. He's gonna swing 10 at the Tesoro. I'm gonna Thunder Bagua in 2K. So we kind of went net even because we'll draw 1 card here, and then we'll draw 2 more. We're gonna play our second 10-drop, swing our first one at the 8-drop. He'll probably just like block. Yeah, he definitely wants to clear space on his board. We'll swing Tesoro again just to draw 2. Find a Luffy Uta. We found the combo. These Namis right now are definitely not getting much value because, that is like, what, 4 Dawn commitment just to swing even the kid, so we're just going to ignore them, kind of, and just play our 10 drops. If we draw another one, I'd definitely play another one and just sack off a Nami, but we'll see how it goes. He's going to play down to Dawn, find a Makino. See, like, I don't know, I feel like this turn's awkward. Like, he needs a restand Law for it to kind of not be awkward. Because you just, swing with your Law for like 9, and then just bounce into restand. Or you could restand the other Law, either one. Just restands the other Law. But I feel like he should take some swing here. Because if not, I'm just kind of getting away with spamming 10 drops for free. To be fair, that's kind of what 10 drop does. Like, those fast 2 turns, he should have had, a 9k swing minimum and a 5k. But 10 drop is kind of good. He's going to swing 10 at my Tesoro again. This time we have the Spider's Web, but this is going to be kind of his only swing, so doesn't really matter. We'll drop 2, and then he'll replace the 2 next turn, so yeah. We do have a lot of counter in hand, but we also don't. We do have quite a couple cards that don't have counter. I'm just going to swing 10 at the 8-drop. This is where we can kind of start putting on a lot of pressure to him. I feel like it's not worth me committing more Dawn to at least the 10k swings. I'd rather just save the rest for swinging like my leader and Tesoro at the 8-drop. Also, one thing I really hate, like, swinging over 8-drop when my opponent has blockers. So, yeah, I'd rather just try to trade cards with him. Probably go 8 with Tesoro here. Kind of a little bit awkward. Okay, we're going big with Tesoro. Just because if he wants to block, he has to get rid of a 5-drop Law, which is kind of good with me. We don't have any events in hand, but I kind of still want to leave some amount of Dawn up in case I hit one off life or something. Because this turn we are a bit exposed, I'm not going to lie. We'll go 10 with the Tesoro, pick up a Sugar and the Nami. Not the best draws, definitely want to see events there, but it's all good. He's going to counter for 3 most likely. Maybe. There we go. Counters for 3. I'll probably just pass. There's no reason to play a Nami over a Nami. We could though, it'd be a base play. Kind of wouldn't affect the game state at all because Nami doesn't have any counter. Are we playing Sugar? Honestly, Sugar's not the worst. Kind of makes it a little bit awkward for him next turn. Yeah, I'll play down the Sugar. Because if he wants to leader effect, he has to play something. Yeah, I feel like this matchup without 8-drop, I think it's pretty even, honestly. Like, Law can, like, super aggro you down, but your tools late game to beat Law are very solid. I think I've already mentioned, like, early game, Doffy can play down a Sugar, you know, kill one of the little bodies, then next turn, Law is gonna play something, you get to tap another thing, and hopefully, you know, clearing that one body on, like, your second turn will stop them from shambling, and then you'll clear another one next turn, and Sugar's really good in this matchup, at least early game. Even late game, she's not bad, not gonna lie. But even if you don't see her, I feel like Doffy is definitely capable of keeping up with the deck. You know, your Utas are very strong because pretty much every card they play, you'll be able to tap late game. You have access to an event every turn. Punk Gibson's very good in the Law. So yeah, there's just, Doffy has the tools to deal with this matchup. And I don't, you know, and I don't know if playing like the kid strategy is even that great into this matchup. Again, it's kind of just depending on, do I have 10-drop or not? Because 10-drop kind of punishes it. But yep, we're just going to go 10 at the kid. We're just kind of trading very efficiently right now. He'll give me a 2k and a 1k most likely. We'll go 10 again. He will block potentially. Nope, Radical Beams. We'll go 3 on lead, attack for 8. Probably just drops, yeah, any amount of counter there. And I do think we have to play a blocker here, just to be a bit safe. Next turn, we should be able to out the kid, and we'll be chilling. Nothing really good to play off the Luffy there. Kind of wish I didn't counter out with all my Utas, not gonna lie. But it's okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2Ks. Did I count that right? Yeah, we have 5 2Ks and the rest of our hand is non-counter, so pretty much he has to go for game this turn, because next turn he is losing the kid. To be fair, he still has 2 blockers, so he could potentially live, but I think next turn we could definitely go for game. He's swinging 10. We can counter out of this. I might just take it. Yeah, and we pick up a Punk Gibson, which is huge. Not going to use the trigger. I'd rather just have it for counter. But I was just thinking, because he could have went 8 Dawn on a Law and swung 14, and we do get out of that with 5 2Ks, so yeah. And then we'd be able to block 1, and then hopefully our last life would have been any amount of counter, and as we see by taking that, it was a Punk Gibson, so we were good this turn. I'll go 10, we'll Punk Gibson, and then 2K. And then we'll still have 4 more 2Ks, which can get us out of 2 more swings. Yeah. Actually, was there a way for him to kill me? There might have been. He'll go 8. I'll block and then 2K. If he went like 7 on Law, I drop 2 2Ks. 7 again on Law, I drop 2 2Ks. No, I think we live no matter what. I think. Not sure. We'll go 10 at 8-drop kid. Then we'll go 10 again. He will block. And right here I'm like, okay, so I've pretty much gotten through at least all of his 2K counters. He could have like 2 1Ks, but I like kinda doubt it. So I think I'm just gonna check the kid for 8 and see what happens. So yep, we'll go 8. I expected him to just like block here if he didn't have anything. But he actually lets the 8-drop go, so we're gonna go for game now. So we're gonna go 2 Dawn on Nami, attack for 7. Not gonna use her effect. At worst, if he like countered out of this, I would have just attacked with Sugar, but he ends up conceding there. Yeah, you get to see that list in action, at least in this matchup. I think 8-drop is kind of a bait in this matchup. But it sounds good if 10-drop Doffy didn't exist. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.